Hi, Wadeanne. How was your Christmas? Oh, that's fun. I can hear someone playing. Is that all three? I think that's what makes the day after Christmas its own kind of Christmas, especially for mothers. Don't you think? Everyone's occupied with their toys, including our husbands, right? No, I've not seen one of these in this style. Is that real bark? Well, they did a good job with that. I thought you had an almond there for a second. Oh, when the weather turns cold, for some reason I find myself craving walnuts. That's a very nice set. So, we are here to plan a party, I hear. You're not wasting any time. So, I see you have our last catalog. So, because I knew I was going to be meeting with you today to talk about your party, I went ahead and brought your order with me. But normally, you would pay your hostess, and your hostess would make either deliveries or you would pick those things up at her house, and I drop off all of the orders at the hostess's house. But I do all that work. You don't have to worry about that. And so what you will see when I do drop off your order, things will be labeled accordingly. And then you can lay those out, and having a little pickup and opening party, never a bad idea. So, as I mentioned, this is the catalog from the last campaign. When we have your party in January, we will be using a different catalog, and I brought that to show you. So first, let me just get your order out. Okay, waiting. That's yours. And you ordered the salad tongs. I'm missing anything. Okay, so just the salad tongs, and actually, since you checked that you wanted to have a party, as I mentioned at Minnie's party, it's a good idea not to order a lot of things at that party if you know that you are going to have a party, because you're going to get lots of free things. But I do understand the need for salad tongs in time for your New Year's Eve party. Is that right? So let's see. I just want to show you something really quick. So you get the yellow ones. Why am I not surprised? They'll look great with your table here. And apparently great with me too. I'm sensing a theme. So, as you saw, the demonstration, it's very easy to put your pinky, your little finger, or your ring finger in this hook right here. And that gives you very full control over whether they're open, closed, or part way. They're not going to slip out of your hands. Otherwise, you can see what happens. You have a lot of room in there. It's for your thumb to move around, and you don't have clear control. See? So they flop a little bit more. It's amazing what just putting that finger in there does. It allows you to press your thumb in one place. Anyway, I just wanted to point that out, that that's not a design element, but very practical. And then don't forget that if you look at the sort of little plastic bolt there and unwind them to a certain point, then you can simply slip them apart, and this allows you to hold them like this and toss your salads or what have you. So they're very flexible. You can even use them as serving pieces separately in two different dishes. So this is one of the more innovative products, I think, aside from the world famous Tupper seal. So all you need to do is line them back up, the spoons together, and then open wide and line up the bolt right there with the opening that goes right in. Then as soon as you start closing the tongs, you can't separate them anymore. So you can see that the point at which separation is possible is never a point where you would have the tongs. You would never need them to be this far apart. So no complicated mechanism here, but it's very effective. So I'm so happy for you. I have the green tongs, but they are well loved in my household. Like I said, some of our things come in boxes like this. You can see that it's important to protect the tongs because they are very oddly shaped. But most of our products, as you've seen, nest inside of one another, and it's very easy to just nest those, put the lids in the same bag, and staple that up. So. All right. There are your Tupperware salad tongs. And like I said, that will be 63 cents. Okay, thanks. Okay. Let's see. My calendar and a pen. All right. I love this bag. It's very modern, don't you think? But what I really like, let me get it open here, is the fact that I can wear it using this strap or the handle, and I don't mind the strap hanging loose if I am carrying it with the handle, but if I want to, I can put the handle or the straps inside the bag for a neater look if I'm going out at night or something. But when I'm doing errands or something with the kids, having this strap is a godsend. So, let's see, 62 cents. 63, 64, 65, 75, and a quarter makes a 1. And then we have 2, 3, 4, and 5. I love those little flowers. I got this at Stearns. Just love how three-dimensional that is. I don't know why I got my sewing kit out. Do you have any mending to do? Okay. So we'll get this taken care of, and there's your receipt. So let's talk about dates. So we need to look at the next year, which is in the back. And let's see. So you were thinking about the last week in January, is that correct? Okay. So we have 4 days in that week. The 28th, the 29th, the 30th, and the 31st. Okay. So we're looking at, let's see, the 28th. All right. So, January 28th. Wadeanne Campbell. And what time do you think would be best for you and your guests? Oh, I understand. I'm available. I know several single women who work during the day and they love Tupperware. So evening is perfectly fine. Okay, 7:30, that's usually a good time. Everyone has dinner finished up. We'll talk about some menu ideas in just a moment. So we're going to go with 7:30. And I will arrive at 7. It does not take me very long to set up. But that's assuming that as soon as I arrive, things are ready for me to set up. It's much better if everything is prepared so that when the ladies walk in, they get the full experience, that visual of all the gorgeous pastel colors. It's usually like a mountain of pastel. It's quite eye-catching, as you remember. But assuming that as soon as I arrive at 7, we can get to work. You might be finishing up some hors d'oeuvres or something, but I'm just fine on my own. And I'll bring everything I need to set up, to take orders, to demonstrate things and allow your guests to experiment and handle various products. That's the beauty of the way that we sell Tupperware, is that you don't have to simply go to the store and buy something in a box that you can't try out in advance. We allow all of our guests to try anything that they like, to touch it, feel it, try out the seals, look at the mechanisms like the salad tongs and so forth, so they get a sense of the quality and the practicality. So, so we're good with the date and time. All right, let's talk about, did I do that? Let's talk about the party itself. So I will bring some games, and I see this as you and I kind of working together to keep the ladies entertained and happy and having fun and laughing. Free prizes for the winners of those games, so everyone has a chance to take something home that night. Okay. So let me explain my recommendation here. If you're interested, that's great. If you're not, that's great as well. So, where possible, I do like to use one or more of our products to display some of the hors d'oeuvres that are featured at a party. One way for your guests to try products is obviously to hold them and try them out, the different features. But another way for them to try is to actually sort of eat the fruits of the Tupperware's labor. So this is our jade green Tupperware Jello mold. It comes in 3 pieces. This seal, which creates the inner design of the mold. The outer design of the mold right here. And then finally the seal here. So when you are preparing the mold, grab the seal by the tab and pull just as you would with any seal on a bowl. So this feeling is going to be very familiar. Very flexible. Note, of course, that the mold itself is not flexible. This is a much harder plastic, and it will keep its shape forever. And as you can see, it makes lovely molds. So, I forgot to mention that when this is still on, fully sealed, you're going to want to run warm water over the mold, especially around these sides, to loosen the Jello mold from the mold itself. And then remove that. And now you're going to see your lovely creation right here. And there's lots of different ways that you can create this mold, fill it with fruits or vegetables, and then pour the Jello in. So once you have it like this, you're going to take a plate, the serving plate that you're going to use, and put it on top. And then flip gently and lay the plate on the table. And then, this is where Tupperware is different. Most Jello molds at this point would have you trying to jiggle the entire thing loose. Sometimes you can damage your Jello mold and the design of it and so forth. And so we have this extra piece on top. Again, it's important that warm water runs across the entire mold. But if there are any remnants of water, the mold here is going to collect and it's not going to ruin your Jello. So in much the same way, we're going to lift the tab right here. It's not going to be quite as flexible because the inside of this mold is hard, but the seal all the way around is flexible. I usually do that lift right there, and then I ease the rest. Just like that. Gently remove. Try not to jiggle it too much. You want to lift it out straight where possible. But obviously this is where the forgiving nature of Jell-O comes in handy. And then you lift this out. So gravity is going to help you at this point. The Jell-O is going to want to stay on the plate and under this mold. So if you lift it up, it should come loose fairly easily. If you're having difficulty, jiggle a little bit as needed. Now that you have the center part of the mold out, the rest of the mold is going to come loose very easily. Again, pick it up slightly, jiggle if needed, and lift off. And you will have a gorgeous centerpiece of a dish. Now, when you are creating the Jell-O mold, this piece will need to be on. You do not fill from here. So press. Until you get the full seal all the way around. That is leak proof. Turn it over, and this is where you will line the mold with any fruits, or if you're doing a vegetable Jell-O, you can line it with, say, slices of radish or something like that. And if you've ever done anything with a Jell-O mold, I'm sure you have, it obviously helps to pour some of the Jell-O mixture in first before you place any decorative fruits or vegetables on the sides to keep them in place before you add the remainder of the liquid. Fill as necessary, even if you have leftover. And then, of course, we apply the Tupperware seal. And as you saw me demonstrate, this is going to work exactly like our bowls and containers. You're going to press all the way around until we get to that part, the tab. As soon as I got there, it just sealed on its own. And then put your finger here, your thumb here. I like to hold down in the middle and push. There's the burp. Airtight, leak proof. So if you would like to have a Jell-O mold dish at your party, I am happy to leave this with you to use as you make preparations, and then I can just take it home with me after the party. But I always bring this along when I book parties because it's such a popular way to feature foods using Tupperware. Would you like to do that? Very good. Okay, I'll just leave this right here. So if you'll scoot around here just a bit, I just want to show you a few things in the new campaign catalog that you might want to keep in mind as you're planning your party, and also as you think about the guests that you choose to invite and particularly some sense of their lifestyle, the products that they might be interested in most. I have a standard kit, if you will, that I bring with me, and then I usually bring one or two of our newest products, but I certainly don't bring everything with me. So if there's something in particular that you would like a couple of your guests to see, have a look and let me know in advance, and I can see what I can do. I may have it. I can certainly borrow it if I don't from one of the other Tupperware ladies that works with my manager. So, like I said, this is the catalog for this coming campaign, which lasts for 2 months. And let me just go straight to the good stuff. Since you mentioned to me obviously not only that you wanted to have a party, but that you might like to have multiple parties, I want to talk to you about that. So here's a little thank you to our hostesses, and it explains that as a Tupperware hostess, you receive 5 stars just for having the party, 1 star for 12 guests in attendance, 2 stars for the first party dated at your party, 4 stars for each additional dating, 4 stars for party sales of $45, and 2 additional stars for each additional $10 in sales. So if you sold $55, $56, then you would get the 4 stars and the 2 stars. You also get bonus stars if you get up from that 55 to, say, 75, 3 bonus stars of 7 for sales over 100. So you can see how the stars add up very quickly. And then once we total the stars from your sales, then you have the option of looking through our gift catalog and making a selection of special gifts, as well as merchandise from the catalog itself. So this is why I said, if you know you're going to book a party, it's never a bad idea to sort of hold off on making a lot of purchases at that first party you attend. So you mentioned that you would be interested in booking up to 3 parties in the next year. And as I mentioned at Minnie's party, we have special gifts for special people. You can own one of these lovely gifts by becoming a Tupperware Gold Key hostess. You are known by the shining key you receive for holding 3 Tupperware parties within a given time. And for me, that period is 1 year, 1 calendar year. And so, we were talking about January, of course. And that's always a great time because the Christmas And New Year's season is over. The rush is past. We're in sort of a lull in January, and both working women and mothers are, they've got more time. Things are a little bit calmer in the household or at work. At the same time, they may actually be just a bit bored, if you will. And something like a little party is always fun to go to in January. But if you're interested in booking 2 additional parties this calendar year, may I recommend April or May. We can really feature some of the summer products for picnics and so forth. I can bring those. And that's always fun. And then may I recommend in, say, October. It's well before the holiday season and the holiday rush. But people are thinking about the gifts that they are going to give. And it gives them the opportunity to look at and consider Tupperware. But what I really wanted to show you is how these gifts are wrapped. They're just lovely to put the seals on and stack them in all of their pastel glory. But the really practical thing is that all of this nests. So take the seals off, and all of those bowls or canisters nest inside one another. They're very lightweight and make for one of the least expensive Christmas gifts to mail for family and friends who live far away. Very low postage when you're mailing Tupperware. So I just wanted to point out the benefits of, say, an October, at the latest early November party before we get too close to Thanksgiving. Something to keep in mind. But I did want to point out that if you do have those 3 parties within the next calendar year, we have all sorts of special gifts, and I'm going to leave this catalog with you, so you're welcome to look over it yourself. But you can see that they are brand name products. For example, we have the Chic Feminine Shaver right here. We have the Dominion 4-slice toaster and also electric griddle. We have the Regal Wear Gold Percolator right here. You are earning a lot of things that are going to be very helpful for you. Now this is, as I said, this is the catalog that we'll be using at the party. I will bring enough copies of this catalog for everyone to take home with them, and they will get to see the benefits of how we offer Tupperware through the party plan. Maybe consider hosting a Tupperware party themselves. Obviously, they will get to see every product and read about everything we offer after the party. And that's when you'll be surprised additional sales will come in. So what happens is at the party, just as you did, you completed your order form, and we encourage our party guests to order at the party. The order form has two parts. This is the customer's copy, and then you'll see the carbon here. So that we get two copies when the form is filled out. Everyone will tear these out entirely, the entire set. This is where you'll be of great help to me during the party, is helping everyone figure this out. And then tear the perforation. Right here. Then this copy that has the salad recipes on the back, they can just tuck into their catalog. And I will take this copy with me. But what happens is they still have their copy. They see what they ordered. They continue to look through the catalog, and they reflect on the party. Maybe they talk to some of their friends who attended and decide to order additional things. When that happens, they're going to call you, and all you need to do is take down those details, and I will amend the order before I submit it. So I will wait 4 days after your party before I submit your order. Again, you will be surprised at the number of women who call you back and add things to their original order. So that's how that works. Like I said, I'll be featuring our standard sets. We have a wonderful starter set. So especially for those who are fairly new to Tupperware. Here we go. This is our Get Acquainted set, and it only costs $8.86. You get the small 1 delier set, set of 3 bowls, in blue, yellow, and pink, and then the 3 set canister. You also get the small salt and pepper shaker, as well as the small handlier for juices and so forth. That is just an amazing price for all of these products. That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 pieces, including the seals. Some people like to get that Get Acquainted set and then complement it with the large 1 delier set, and that will give them 6 bowls instead of 3, and they all nest inside one another from the largest to the smallest. Same with our canisters. These nest largest to smallest. Our berry bowls or sauce bowls and our cereal bowls, they nest as well, although they are all the same size. They don't have the same kind of lip that our storage bowls do, so they nest a little bit easier. So I encourage you to look through this catalog and get a sense of everything we offer. Take a look at some of the new things that are not in the previous campaign catalog, and ask yourself if there might be something there that is of particular interest to one of your guests. Here's something, after you do have 3 parties, you might grow to love it as much as I did, and you might begin to toy with the idea of building a Tupperware career yourself. Just something to consider. And last but not least, I'm sorry, we just got these catalogs in, so I'm getting acquainted with the order of things. But here you can keep your Tupperware party guest list as you make it. We have 13 spots here. As you might remember, if you have 12 who attend, then you're going to get some of those extra points. So, any questions? Of course, my information is right here. As we get closer to the party date, I'll give you a call. We can chat about your guest list. If you have any questions, if you would like to discuss the hors d'oeuvre menu, anything at all. Obviously, since your guests will have already eaten dinner, this is going to be very light hors d'oeuvres. But because they are light and not very many, it gives you an opportunity to use some of our Tupperware tools to make a very, very attractive display. All right. Well, I will leave you to it. I hope you enjoy the rest of the day with your family. Oh, that sounds lovely. It's a great opportunity to curl up with a good book while the kids are playing. All right, Wadeanne, we'll talk after the first of the year. I'm looking forward to your party already.